Hello and welcome to worshiptutorials.com. I'm Bradford. Today I have a great little lesson for you. It's not going to take much time to show you this. It piggybacks off of our A major scale lesson, so if you have not watched that, you're going to want to check that out. And so because of that, to make things easier, if you're still working on that, we're going to be staying in the key of A major. Nowadays, it seems like everybody's got some lead synth parts, some throbbing bass lines, some keyboard parts, 4-on-the-floor grooves, 808s, and the like going on. And you gotta have that to make a song, or do you? I got a part that I think is gonna fit in just right, and we're gonna be doing a little intro into using some pedals here. Today we're gonna be using, running through our Pod HD500X, and this is my 72 Thin Line Tele reissue stock. I haven't done anything to it. I put strings on it, and my switch has popped off, the black cap, but that's about it. So this is our sound. It's just a little bit of dirt and compression to liven things up. That's it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on my delay pedal, and delay essentially copies the sound that you are playing as many times as you tell it to at the tempo you tell it to. And we have it on dotted eighth note subdivisions. That gives it this gallop kind of effect, very much like the Edge in U2. It's just the way things go. We use it. Everybody does. Just go with it. Anyways, so what you're here is I'm going to tap about this tempo, and then instead of hearing those notes, you're going to hear kind of space in between. So listen again. So when I play a line, you got this. And I'm going to turn this off so you can hear what I'm playing. So, makes it sound like you're playing some extra notes, kind of gives this nice rhythm effect, and it's going to follow great with a song that's got 4 on the floor. And you can use this anywhere. There's going to be a number of songs that have something similar in it. I know there's it's a very Paul Baloche sounding thing. Stevie, Lincoln Brewster, Chris Tomlin use it a lot of that kind of sound. But all we're doing is, if you remember the back end of our A major scale, I told you it sounds like Joy to the World, so we're not even going to use that much. We're going to be using 1, 2, 3, 4 notes. So what we're going to do is we're going to stack our fingers here on the E string and the B string, on the 5th fret, both. I would recommend using your 2nd and 3rd finger because you're going to be stretching and doing this kind of skipping motion here. And so I'll show you in a minute. But what we're going to first do is, without the delay, I'm going to walk you through it. We're going to just alternate between the 5th fret on the E string and the B string. So E string, B string, E string, B string, E string, B string. However many times is necessary for the song you're playing, whatever fits well with it. Maybe it's 4 beats, 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe it's 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe you need to do that over 4 beats, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever it is. So with that, though, we're gonna keep the fingers here, and what you'll do is you'll lift up the 3rd finger, which is on the E string, and you'll have your 1st finger on the 4th fret of the E string. So you'll go from this to this, and just alternating. And just as a note, that 2nd finger on the B string on the 5th fret will not move. You're going to want to keep it there. And obviously, this is more of a to taste kind of guitar part, but whatever you want to do. But this is the easiest way to get it done, and this is how it's going to sound great. So you're going to play from the 5th fret to the 4th, back to the 5th, and skip to the 7th. Back to the 5th, to the 4th, to the 5th. So that's what that sounds like without the delay. So we're going to play it, tap the tempo here on my HD500X, and we got to go from sounding like this to this. So it gives it a nice little galloping sound, and you'll see what I mean here. About it. So this is a little simple part that you can do. Sometimes you don't even need the delay. You just do This Just letting it ring out. And so in the key of A, that's going to fit virtually the whole time. You're going to want to kind of follow your chord voicings and everything that's going on. But that's going to give you something, a nice guitar part to fill in some space, especially with those high energy songs, and even with something a little more lower and a little more chill. Well, I hope that helps. Check out the information on the website for more details, and we'll be back at you more with lead lessons, songs, and everything else we do here at worshiptutorials.com. Thanks, guys.
Hey, this is Brian with worshiptutorials.com. The music that you hear in the background right now is called pads, and I believe pads can help completely transform your worship sets. They can help you create awesome environments. They can really help you with transitions and just help make everything smooth. So what pads are is a sound bed that helps create warmth and atmosphere. If you head over to worshiptutorials.com by clicking the link here in the video, you can sample the pads, you can listen to the actual sounds that you will get, you can play along to them to see how they might work in your workflow. What you get are 12 MP3 files. They're 20 minutes long each. There is one file for each of the 12 major keys. These pads are not progression specific, so that means you don't need a click track. For example, if you're playing a song in the key of G, you can just play the key of G pad underneath your song, and anything you play in that key will just fit right in. It'll be seamless, and they just sound great. So head over to Worship Tutorials, check them out. I hope that these are helpful for you. Thanks.